Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our weekend special class. Yes, this is a special class weekend. I know you guys are waiting for Osha Rajneesh horoscope. I'm still waiting for my stuff to arrive, but don't worry, that horoscope will happen soon. But today we are going to be discussing one of the slokas of Bhrigu Saral Padhiti, BSP, which is a brilliant research work done by Saptarishi astrology group. As you met Mr. Sunil, the man at the heart of Saptarishi research who started this group, who came to my channel and enlightened us. He will be back in mid-May. Trust me, I want to have him back a lot more than you think. I love that guy. So these are one of the articles that were written on their website. So I'm just bringing it out to you guys and showing it to you the way I interpreted it and the way it actually was quite accurate. And I'm going to show you 3 real charts of people that I saw. You may not see all the planets in the chart because I'm going to show you how I did it. And unless there was some influence upon the chart, I would have other planets. Otherwise, I don't. And this is something you can test it on yourself, your near and dear ones, strangers. Okay. This technique is known as the activation of Jupiter. One of the slokas of Bhrigu Saral Padhiti or Bhrigu Nadi Jyotish, whatever you want to call it, is that at the age of 24, 12th from Jupiter becomes active. And this is not your 24 age in Western form. The way we calculate age in Indian form is different. In India, 0 to 1 is considered 1 year, not 3 months or 4 months. No, 0 to 1 is 1 year, 1 to 2 is 2 years, 2 to 3 is 3 years. That's how you progress to the age 24. And so when 24th year hits, whatever house is in the 12th from Jupiter becomes active. And the way you study this, okay, is when we see signs in a certain house. Let's say, I'm going to show you an example. Actually, you can see the example here on the screen. It's a Cancer Ascendant example with Jupiter in the Ascendant, Mars, Ketu in the 12th house in Gemini, and Mercury in the 12th house in Pisces. This is all, and Venus in the 11th house in Taurus. This is all I needed to make a certain prediction for this person and actually put their post on my Facebook page. When they said, wow, how did you know that this happened? What happened at the age of 24 is that this person's sibling got married in foreign lands. And I told her, I'm like, let me know if at the age of 24, your sibling went to foreign lands and either had some business dealing happen or some marriage happen. So they confirmed. And I have that in my audio. How did I make this prediction? First of all, 12th from Jupiter is the sign of Gemini. And the way Bhrigu Saral Padhiti works, BSP works, is that the sign that you see is also the energy of the original house, the original zodiac belt coming into play. So Gemini in the 12th house means what? That something related to the 3rd house is becoming active too. Why? Because Gemini is the original 3rd house. So that's how you have to look at it. Like if, let's say, 12th from Jupiter was a sign of Aquarius, what do you think we would see? We would understand that, okay, I know 12th from Jupiter is Aquarius, but it's also the energy of the 11th house coming into play. Because Aquarius is the original 11th house. Because Aries is the very first sign, the very first anything in zodiac. And that's how you would read this. So when I saw that the 3rd house energy, the sign of Gemini of the 3rd house, is in the 12th house. So I'm like, okay, something to do with sibling, a younger sibling. Then what you do, you look where the Lord is placed. 12th from Jupiter. You have to look at where the Lord is placed. That's the number one thing you want to look at. So look where the 12th from Jupiter is placed. 12th Lord from Jupiter is placed in the 9th house. So at the age of 24, something regarding foreign lands, the 12th house, and long distance travel, 9th house, had to happen. And Mercury, who rules the 3rd house for Cancer Ascendant, who also rules the sign of Gemini, younger siblings, okay, is sitting in the 9th house. So then I'm like, okay, at the age of 24, their sibling must have traveled, not them. And that was the intuition coming into play. He said, no, they didn't travel, their sibling traveled. And then you see Mars there. That shows what? A male sibling. So male sibling traveled to foreign lands to do something. Something related to either partnership or marriage. And I said marriage. Why did I say that? 12th from Mars is Venus in the 11th house. And if you watch my videos that I made maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, called, when you have planets 12th or 2nd from each other, what happens? So 12th from Mars is Venus. Venus is giving the backing to Mars. Energy of Venus is supporting Mars in foreign lands. So Venus, at its most basic of filtered meaning, what does it mean? Spouse, marriage, love. It means 20 million other things, but we just know it's just Venus, marriage, Venus, relationship, Venus, romance. And this is how I asked her. Within, I would say probably 6 seconds, I'm like, okay, sibling must have gotten married in foreign lands. And she confirmed it, and I put it on my Facebook. So that's one of the charts. Let's look at another chart. Now this was the most interesting one. This is a chart of, this is a Libra Ascendant person. And you have Jupiter in the 7th house. That means 12th from Jupiter is going to become active at the age of 24. What is 12th from Jupiter? The 6th house. The sign of Pisces. Sign of Pisces is ruled by who? Jupiter himself again. Jupiter sitting in the 7th house in Aries. And then you have Rahu in the 6th house. But then also, this is where I'm going further. This is where I also saw the dispositor of Jupiter, who was debilitated in the 10th house. So 6th house is what? Enemies, illnesses, diseases, obstacles. Rahu's in the 6th house. Rahu represents what? Smoky things, smoky figures. Then the dispositor of Jupiter, who's in the 7th house, which is Aries, Mars in the 10th house, debilitated. 10th house is what? Reputation, father, government. And 12th from Jupiter is the sign of Pisces, which is Jupiter himself. So Jupiter is in the 7th house. And this is like, just somehow I just said it. I'm like, at the age of 24, you must have ran into a very bad person who must have cheated you. Also, at this time, your father's reputation must have also suffered in front of the masses. And this person sent an email saying you are 100% correct. I might actually put it on this video here if I can. I don't want to reveal too much about this person who emailed. But this person is like, yes, at the age of 24, some guy came who took the property of their parents under his name, saying that he was going to sell it and he was going to do this and that. Yet he took the property under his name, sold it, never gave them the money. Took them out. These guys were left with no money in the bank, nothing. They had to leave their home because he just sold the house to some stranger. And he has the house under his name. Somehow he cheated some document. So the father was very embarrassed in society. They thought father must have done something. That's why they lost the house, but they didn't. They just came across a very smoky person like Rahu who cheated them and ruined the reputations in masses, because Jupiter is in the 7th house of not only marriage or relationship or partnership, but it represents masses, other people. And dispositor of Jupiter is affecting the 10th house. So this is where I made a chain link event. So you not only want to see what's happening with the 12th from Jupiter, you sometimes may have to actually look at the dispositor. And that's how I was able to catch it. I'm like, dispositor of Jupiter is debilitated in the 10th house. So father must have been infected with this 6th house thing. Or something related to the government happened. And yes, government troubles were there too, because something with the taxation of property happened too. So this was the most interesting one that I had. But you see how you catch it. After you do enough practice, you catch it. Also, I told this person at the age of 24, you went to foreign places. So I said that, and yes, he went to foreign places to do his study, but he had to come back because there was no more money for him to study abroad, because parents suddenly just lost their money. Why did this happen? Because first of all, 6th house, it has the energy of Pisces. Pisces is what? The 12th house. 12th house energy, foreign lands. Then you have a foreign planet sitting right there, Rahu. Rahu, besides whatever it represents, it also represents foreign things, foreign travel, foreign friends, foreign enemies. So that's another thing that I said. I'm like, you must have been in foreign places. And the related to education you can see is because 6th house is second from the 5th house of education. Gain of education was happening through a foreign element. Now let's go to the next chart. Then we see another chart, Scorpio Ascendant chart. And you don't need to see, like I said, you don't need to know any other planet, because I only saw either one planet, 3 planets, 2 planets to just really quickly make things happen. Once I do, come up where I had to use the entire house and charts to do that, obviously I will show that to you, and there are charts like that. I've literally have over 100 charts now where I have kind of like made pretty good predictions with these Bhrigu Nadi Padhiti. So this person at the age of 24, 12th from Jupiter would become active, right? So 12th from Jupiter is in the 3rd house. This is a Scorpio Ascendant person. Jupiter is in the 3rd house in the sign of Capricorn. Jupiter, 12th from Jupiter is the sign of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter himself. So that means now I have to look where Jupiter is placed. That means Jupiter is placed in the 3rd house. And Jupiter is debilitated sign of Capricorn. So I remember saying to this person, I'm like, let me know if at the age of 24 you took some short distance travel that just did not pan out the way it should have been. Something bad must have happened at the short distance travel. She confirmed and said, I had to travel to attend my sister's wedding, but somehow the wedding didn't happen. I won't go into any more details on this. That's all she said. I had to take a short distance travel to attend my sister's wedding, but somehow the marriage got broken off and it never happened. And so look how profound these slokas are of Bhrigu Nadi. And this is something I just did recently. When I started doing this, like about 4 or 5 months ago, I would take like at least 4 or 5 minutes to make sure, okay, so 12th from Jupiter here. So what I'm saying to you is that once you have, just at the 60th chart, I remember, I brought my 4-minute analysis down to like literally 30-40 seconds. But still, it's not 100%. I am wrong. If whoever gets like marriage consultation or career consultation from me, if you notice for the past 4 months, you guys must have been getting things where I'm saying, okay, can you just let my assistant know? if these things happen at this age, this age, this age, this age, and you email and you confirm. Because the more I practiced, the better it became. And remember, with this Jupiter ruling the second house with the sign of Sagittarius, Sagittarius represents what? The 9th house energy. 9th house means what? Father, higher learning, religion, spirituality, your gurus, but also distant travel. So my intuition, somehow the synaptic gaps in my brain didn't say anything about the father, but this just simply said, you traveled to a long distance place, but yet some event happened where the trip was just not good. It was kind of a waste. Just from this, a person listening to me is like, wow, okay, how did this happen? Then there are instances where I completely failed miserably. But obviously I don't need to bring that up here because we already know it was a failure. But there's so many, literally over 75% of the accuracy that I've gotten just from this one sloka. I can give you 18 different sloka, which we will cover every week, every other week. You want it ahead of time, go to the Saptarishi astrology group page. They have it right there on the website. Just read it. They have their examples. They tell you how to read them. They say what to look for, and it just simple ABCD. They put it out there right. They made it simple for you. If you think you can read astrology basics, they made it simple for you. But that's the beauty of BSP. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Bhrigu, Saral, Padhiti. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below because I'll be covering more of these slokas. And if you want to know where your planets are placed, what is 12th from Jupiter in your horoscope, and where every other planet is placed, for that check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including on what consultations here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, or no, Monday, with our conjunction video. Otherwise, bye-bye.